Despite the plans of the city authorities to define a new tenant of the cinema, Kiev, the current leadership of the institution to give it's not going to. Even more, ready to challenge the results of a future contest in court. Full list of candidates who have already declared their intention to rent the building of the Kyiv has not published yet, but one thing is for sure, the current tenants of cinema among them. The possible transmission of Kiev in new hands caused a real scandal. Many fear that one of the best cinemas in the capital will lose its face, and the public of Kyiv is not the last institution, which regularly shows art films. In Kiev, the actions of the city authorities do not regard as a way to squeeze. They have a cinema and a competition to determine a new tenant is illegal. And the rents that are being voiced in Kyiv are almost 570,000 hryvnia ed. Much too high. On the one hand, indeed, it's a huge building with an area of more than 7,000 square meters with a large staircase, foyer, large cash lobbies. But it works in fact only 3 of the cinema. Where to get so much money? We will appeal against this decision in court. In the end, we have over the past 20 years in this building have invested 57 million. This includes major repairs and equipment. Let no one think that we are going to be so easy to just pick up and ask to vacate the building. We do not just give up. Those who send such requests must already at this stage to pay the first part of the advance payment in the amount of 2 minimum rents, more than $1 million. Critics have called these terms vague. One art house tape for a month, which will show in the middle of the day, will meet the vision of the government about what will be the cinema Kyiv in the future, said City Council member Leonid Antonenko. The cinema building is owned by the city and since the late 1990s, leased to limited liability company, Cultural Center, Kyiv Cinema, the team which turned the school into one of the most famous cinemas of the city. In the city authorities explained that the city receives the rent of the cinema little money, only 47,000 hryvnia per month. Supposedly, the fair value of the lease should be much larger. In the case in turn, do not get tired to reassure the new tenant simply will not be able to turn it into a conventional Massachusetts cinema, as the obligation to maintain screenings of auto cinema will prescribe the terms of the lease. I want to explain, to understand, when feet grow, the rent now stands at 47,000 hryvnia per month. This condition has not changed for 20 years, said the mayor of Kiev. And now, when we announced a public auction, we already have 4 applications. Those who file them start with the amount of 1 million says Klitschko. And here's the delta between 47,000 and millions, which claws in the pocket of irresponsible managers. They went to the media and began to spread false information. So they are fighting for the 1 million hryvnias for a month. The mayor stresses that the city authorities do not intend to change the profile, Kiev, but only trying to make sure that Kiev received high quality service and at the same time, the city budget received additional revenues.